Hello, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I am working on this page, which in the last video we made this little tag here and I just, as opposed to doodling all of the back of it, I just wrote some words. And if you want to see how that's done, just go watch the video prior to this one. But today I am going to show you how to make a decorative clear plastic window in your book. I'm going to show you two ways just in case, one with stamps and one with things you have laying around your house, more than likely. So what I want to do is I want to put me a window up here, and I got the set of the Dylusions Don't Won't Paint, and I'm using this stamp right here. You could use this one or this one possibly, but you're going to need to decorate the outside of it more. I'll show you that. And what I did, because there's black here and I want to balance it out, I stamped this out on, I cut it out of one of her Dylusions diaries, the black diary, and I used the Stays On Opaque Cotton White. And I did that ahead of time because that does take a little bit longer to dry. But this is how we're going to start this. And essentially it's going to go there, but we're not going to have the center. I'm going to take my stamp, put it on my journal block, take my archival ink, and ink the stamp all the way up. For this, it doesn't have to be a complete image, I guess. You'll see what I mean. Put our stamp away. Take it, and I'm going to move my book to me a little bit closer. We're just going to lay it on roughly, well, the line's got to be going that way, so we got to go this way with it. Roughly where I want it to go. So I'll say here and give it a press just to transfer even the tiniest amount of ink on there. Would work just fine. Okay, so we have an image. It's not a perfect image, but that's all that we really need to worry about at the moment. Wipe my stamp off really quick. Okay. Now, set that aside for the moment. I am going to take my cutting mat, stick it behind it, and my knife, and just along between the dotted line and the inner rim, I guess, I'm going to cut that. Probably right along that line there of the rim. Cut that out really quick. Turn your book to make it easier on you. And always cut towards you. A little bit more, like so. Now we have that. And if you wanted, you could leave it like that, but I'm going to go a step or two further and show you what we're going to do next. For this, I need to cut this inner piece out as well. So I'm going to get my mat over here and cut this out really quick. Along that same line. makes it easier when I hold the knife right. Come on. Is that it? Oh goodness, it didn't cut all the way through. Some places didn't cut all the way through at least. So we'll go ahead and go over it one more time. There we go. Down here. Okay. There we go. Let's set that aside. Now we have this. And you can either use, this is just the sleeve that her adhesive canvas came in, or you could use the embossable window plastic or any clear plastic that you have. It's got to be a pretty good stability or stableness, I guess. Not super, super thin, but not super thick either. And all I'm going to do for this is I'm going to take the piece that I just cut off of here, lay it on here, and grab my black paint pen. And I'm just going to outline it. It moved a little. Alright. Even though it's a paint pen and it's not going to show 100% where it's at, that doesn't matter. So then I just take, well here, I'll cut it all out at once here. You don't want to cut it right on the line, you want to cut it just a little bit further past the line, so about 1/4 of an inch or on the outside here. So let's just do this really quick. And me doing it this way is going to give me 2 separate ones, and that's fine. Get it cut really quick. Oh, that noise is very annoying. Wow. I apologize, guys. Okay, set that aside. Now we have our clear plastic. Now we will take the outer edge here and try and find which way that went. I believe it's like that. Yep, just like so. So we are going to grab our double-sided tape. Come on. And go around the outside here as much as we can without going over the inner window, or the inner hole, I guess. And it's not going to be perfect everywhere, so what I do is I just take pieces and lay them where I can. Just like so. You don't want them to go over the edges either. One more probably. All right. And I'll just add a little one right here, just for the sake of adding it. There we go. Now, what we're going to do, peel these backs off, give them a burnishing here. Peel the back off. Okay. Take your glue stick and just around this inner bit here for the moment, we're gonna add glue stick to it. Pretty much where you put the tape. All right. Kind of eyeball the way this goes, and I believe it goes like this. Take this, roughly line it up with your lines that was made, and just push it down. Turn it over and give it a good press. And that will hold that in place. The benefit to using the paint pen also is if there's any that you can see, you can just kind of scrape it off a bit and it'll come right off. So the general idea is, let me see if I can figure out how this one goes really fast. I think it goes like this, yes. Is that's gonna go there and there'll be a clear window there. Now, we're gonna take our double-sided tape one more time and kind of go over the same areas to a degree, as much as you can, to hold it in place, or for us to stick it down on the page. Okay. Go to there, and then get a little one there. Okay. There's a little bit of a varnishing, and then peel that off, or peel off your backs to your double-sided tape. Take your glue stick and go around everywhere, even the places that you don't have it, but just not on the center clear plastic. So for this, I'm just going to do it like this. Kind of rub it towards the outside. Make sure you get enough on there. All right, let's close that up because we're not going to need that for a few. Pick up your image or your window, bring your book over, and this is your guide to see where to actually place it on at. And I feel like I got no glue there. I didn't. So 1 second. It's better to do it now than whenever you stick it down, then you're having to bend it up and potentially pull it up. There we go. All right. So I believe it goes just like that. All you're gonna do is line these this bottom up with the lines here, and it should make it a whole lot easier. Make sure your tops are good in line, and there you go. Press it down. And you have a clear window to the other side. Now, you can do it to where, because like this is what the other side looks like now, the other page. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp out another one of these, and on my manila paper here, and put it on there as well. Just line up the outer edge. Here, I'll do it with you really, really fast. Except because I'm very, very particular about my, well, here, we'll do it. I'm just quite picky about I like my images, my stamped images, to be rather stark dark. And I have a hard time getting enough pressure on the paper with my hands, but Let's try it. Take this sheet. And I'm just going to, oh, I guess I gotta do it this way. Lay it down and stamp it on. You might be able to get some better pressure with this tool. Yeah, didn't turn out as great, but it's all right. We'll work with it. And then we will, I'll cut it out really quick. Oh, that might take some time. On these, you just cut right along the random lines that you want, or not the random lines, the outer lines. Oh goodness, scissors are getting caught. Okay, halfway done. And honestly, because this background is so bright, I would probably leave this in the manila color. But I'm not sure. I think that by adding color to it, it may make it blend into the page and not stand out. It's a personal preference. You can do whatever you want to. All right. Come on. Okay, there's that. Now let's cut this inner bit out really, really fast, and then we will move on. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to cut along that exact same line, and down here where it's not at, you just kind of, you know, guess. Okay. Now don't throw the pieces that you cut out away, because you can use them as, well, collaging pretty much, or you can just stick them on, and I'll show you something with them in just a moment. So you could just stick them on the page and then write about it and then doodle around it. Kind of like so, sorry. And then this will go here, just like that. Well, is that the way that it goes? Let's see. It looks like it is, but yeah. And then you have it going through on both sides, or being able to see to both sides. You don't even have to put the clear plastic in. That's just, I think it looks cute and I like it. Over time it'll probably get scratched and whatnot, but that'll go there. Now, moving on to, let's say you don't have this stamp set, or a stamp set that has a defined center with an outer edge to it that you can use. That is where, we'll set this aside. And pick a page. We'll go to this page. that is where, sorry, you find things around your house. So for this one, I've got one of the Dylusions paint pots. They don't sell them like this no more, but it's a really nice size. I'm just going to stick it down on my page like so. Not too close to the bottom or the edge or the center. And you can do it anywhere. This is where I'm going to do this one. And then I am going to take a pencil and just outline it. Just like that. And unless, I mean, if you have a steady hand, that's great. I couldn't draw a perfect circle if I wanted to, but there's multiple ways you can go about this. One is you could find something that's just a little bit bigger and go in and draw around it. And actually I might do that for this one. Just roughly put it around it. Just like that. Cut your inner circle out, the first one that you drew. Like so. Put your cutting mat aside. And then you can take and grab, which this one here I already drew a circle on. And that's actually the circle I would need. Okay. Oh, wait, this side. I drew the circle in, and then, as you can see, I very messily outlined it with my, just on my own, and then doodled it in to kind of match and mimic this one. But you don't have to do it that way. You can also, we'll do it on black card because I don't see any more manila card. Take a piece of card, take whatever you use to begin with, make sure you got enough room to work around, and then to draw that outer one, take that as well. Well, wait, let's draw this circle first. Okay, draw your outer circle. Just roughly. Like that. This is where your white paint pens come in. And I'm hoping that this one's actually going to work for me. Let's just see. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. No, it's being stubborn. So I'll grab another. I'm just going to take my Posca 1MR and see if this one's going to work. Oh goodness, it don't look like none of my white paint pens are wanting to work today. See if it's just out of paint or if I need to push it down. I think it's out of paint. Alright, let's try one more thing. There's a small tip, guys. With the Dylusions, because they have like a thing on the end and the paint will dry up. You can do it with the baby white, but this is the easiest way I found that works. I just spray me some water down on my mat. Take the tiniest little drop of it and rub my paint pen around until I start seeing some ink come out. Sorry, paint. Oh, it's starting to work. Come on. How am I not? How is it not working? Oh, here we go. Let's see if this will even do anything. I mean, you just first, you can either outline the outer circle that you did. Oh, come on. Okay, let me grab one more and see if it's going to work. Here, we'll just use one of my Artisa pens. Outline the first circle that you did, the big one, because you're going to cut the center one out. Like so. All you do is trace over it. Oh my goodness, what is with my white pens today? They are not wanting to do what's right. It's almost like they want to throw in the towel and give up on me too. Wow. Alright. And then run it just around, well, you know what? Yeah. Just on the outside of that little inner line. Okay, we'll cut that center circle out really quick. Same way. Okay, move that aside. I think we're done with that for the moment. Okay, and then just cut around the outside of this. Right up next to the outer line. If you cut over it, it's no big deal. This is simply going to border it. And you have options. You can either go in and doodle all of this around, just do some simple doodling, or what I'll probably do is I'll write all the way around it with my white paint pen if it ever decides to start working again. However, it's the same concept. We are going to take, and I don't know if this will fit inside of here. We're going to find out. Yeah, it'll be fine. Same thing. Take our circle, lay it out. Take your black paint pen. Right here. Trace around it. You guys are probably hearing my dogs. Maybe not. But if you are, they're down there singing, doing their howling thing. Alright, and then cut cut yourself a little ledge. Let's go ahead and snip that off right there. Around it. Give yourself enough room to glue it onto the outer portion of that ring. It only needs to go on one side. It doesn't have to go on both. Alright. You just don't want to cut it where the plastic is larger than this. Same process. Get your double-sided tape. And because this is round, you're not going to be able to go around all of it. What I do is I will go right up to the edge here on one side. Over to the other side, do it directly across. Same thing over here. Over here. And I just kind of do it that way until, and I'll fill in the other 4. So that the plastic doesn't pull and kind of tug out in places, just in case the glue doesn't hold up as well. I'm not going to write anything on here because I don't know what's going to happen on this day or what I want to write in there for that day. But I am going to show you this one more time. And that'll be that. All right, get my glue stick. And for this one, I'm just going around the complete inner edge of this. Pick it up. Grab my clear plastic, lay it out. And this one's right on a curve, so I'm going to have to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to line it up on this side here, and then just kind of pull it up there. Give it a press. Make it a little bit flush. Double-sided tape on top. But I can go in bigger sections this way. Because it won't matter being too close to the inner edge or not. I'm not trying to hold the clear plastic in on this one. One more. Oh goodness. Press them down. Peel them off. It doesn't matter what size you make your windows. You can make teeny tiny little windows if you want to. It's just, it's going to be done the exact same way. And, you know, hopefully it's something that helps. I don't know. Glue just along where you see the black at, to the outer edge and the inner edge. Kind of looks like a hodgepodge mess back there, but set that aside. Bring your book over and line up your circle. And press her on. Real good. And there you go. Now what I will do is roughly the same thing on the, I'm going to clean up my glue mess really fast. just driving me crazy. Alright, that water. So, same thing. I will cut along the outside of this and put it back here. And that is that. Well, I hope that I showed you guys something that you can use in your journals and something that you actually try, because like I said, even though you don't have this stamp, you don't have to have a stamp. You can use different things laying about your house. I mean, you could even make windows as small as the bottom of the spray bottle or whatnot. Just cut them out, take your piece of card, draw it, and draw around it, and cut that out. And recycle your bits and bobs like this right here. Use them as opposed to spending the money on the embossing window plastic. But there's that way, and then this way. And like I said, on this day, I will take my pen. I know that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write all along the outside of that. Just to show you what that would potentially look like. Let me see if I have anything. Well, let's do it here. So say this, oh come on. This is the circle, the inner circle. I would put, it's gonna be hard to tell, but just write whatever. All the way around. All right. Oh, my thing keeps moving. Well, that's that, guys. I hope you had a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it showed you something that you can use and do, or even try. You may not like it. It'll probably be a lot faster for you because you're not going to be doing both ways all at once. And I tried to talk through the step-by-steps. Otherwise, it would probably go quite a bit faster. It usually does. If this was something that helped you or you enjoyed, please like the video. And otherwise, I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.